service dogs in operation is $3,500. It's like something really.
Here. Louis Williams.
Here.
Adam Webb.
Here.
Mark Ham.
Here.
Glenn Lewis.
Here. Would you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 2 is the consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting held July 1st, 2019. Item B is approve a memorandum agreement for FY 2020 with the Oklahoma Water Resources Board and the U.S. Geological Surveys for stream gauging. Item C is approve revisions to the City of Moore employment application to maintain compliance with the state and federal employment laws and streamline the application process. Item D is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2018 to 2019 in the amount of $2,142,804.84 and approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2019 to 2020 in the amount of $20,079.96.
Move to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. This is the consent docket. We have a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 3 is considered a rezoning application number RZ980 located in the northeast quarter of Section 23, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being south of Southeast 4th Street and east of Tower Drive from C4 Planned Shopping Development to C3 PU General Commercial District with a permissive use and approved ordinance number 90919. Application by Devin Tapscott, Planning Commission recommended approval of this item 7-0. This is in Ward 1.
Mayor and Council, this item was tabled from last meeting. Just to give you a very brief reminder of what we're talking about. This site is located at 306 Southeast 4th Street. The applicant currently operates a dog grooming and boarding service at this location. She is proposing to install a fenced-in outdoor dog run to be used as a supervised play area in the rear of the building. To accommodate this change, the property must be rezoned to C3 with a permissive use for a pet care facility with outdoor dog runs. Just as a reminder, permissive uses go with the property. They are used in uses that may not be appropriate in every area that we have. Although it is staff's position that an outdoor dog run is generally appropriate in commercial setting, ultimately the City Council must determine if the proposed setbacks from the adjacent businesses are adequate. The Planning Commission did approve this item 7-1, I'm sorry, 7-1. If you have any questions, I believe the applicant is here tonight to answer
Okay,
this.
and he signed up to speak. Ben Tapscott, would you like to speak? I said he, it's a she, sorry.
Hi, I'm Devin Tapscott. I'm the owner of Scallywags. I'm sorry I wasn't here at the last meeting. I know that there are some concerns from the business owners surrounding us about wastewater drainage and noise from the dogs and things like that. And we've listened, we know that there's drainage issues that we're gonna have to work out. I'm working with a plumber. I have my brother as an architect. He's been helping us with some of the harder questions that I didn't know how to answer. So we are working to get that dealt with in a way that is gonna be like up to city code so that we don't have that wastewater runoff. And we changed our plan for the fence to be a site-proof steel fence so that the dogs won't see the people and won't be barking as much, hopefully. And if they are, we can always, take them inside to keep, so that that doesn't happen. But I think that those were the two main concerns. Oh, and the easement, we changed our plan so that we wouldn't be blocking the easement at all. We would be only going as far as the farthest point on the carport, so it wouldn't be blocking any of the driveway through the parking area. So, are there any other questions?
I have some questions. So what happened last time when you weren't able to attend?
We had a family emergency. There was just something with one of my kids. I'm really sorry.
Okay, I was just curious, because that's the reason we tabled it. I know that
Yeah.
there were two business owners here last time, and
Yeah.
I'll share with you some of their concerns. Well, one of the women, she owns the building across the street, and as you probably already know, that area, the carport, is in the parking lot where customers park for Diamond Delight as well. And they mentioned, and we actually even saw pictures of dogs being washed in that area of the yard right now. So with purple shampoo running down the driveway in the parking lot in the area where those people are walking.
Yes. Okay, so I did do that, and I'm really sorry. I didn't really think about why I shouldn't do that before I did it. I had a Newfoundland. It was like a 180-pound dog. I couldn't get him in the bathtub, so I was like, it's 90 degrees, I'll just do it outside. But I spoke to the city guy that came out and talked to me about that, and obviously I know now I will not do that again. The drainage is an issue. The way the water runs right there, it runs right through the middle of their parking lot, the way that it's sloped. And we've been out there this afternoon with the plumber and looking at different ways that we can use that slope to put in the drain to the sanitary line so that all of the water, because basically the only water will be when we spray off the turf. It will have to clean it, and so that water will have to run into the sanitary line so that it is not running across the parking lot. And my brother's here to kind of explain it in a better way that I can, because he understands it better than I do, but we have a plan. We need to talk to see exactly what we need to do to keep it up to code and do it in the right way, the way the city wants us to do it. So there are a lot more questions that need to be asked and answered, but for right now, we think that it's doable to put in a drainage system so that all of that runoff will go into the drain, into the sanitary line, and it won't be going across the parking lot. So, it's kind of not really the point, but the shampoo was chalk. It was hair chalk. It washed off. I washed it off.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I will never do that again. Connor, can he come and he can explain the drainage and stuff a little bit better than I can?
So,
If you would, state your name and address for the record, please, so I can put it in the record.
Yes, I am Connor Tapscott. I live at 2617 Northwest 46th in Oklahoma City. I put together some printouts that kind of show a preliminary site plan. I hope I print off enough for everyone.
If not, we can share, you can just give every other person.
Okay. So, that parking lot right now slopes south to the middle and then drains, out to the stormwater. Yeah, east. So where we're proposing putting that fence, we can potentially use the natural slopes and tie into where we suspect the sanitary line is, right there, and add a drain. And then we would need to build a small curb to keep the excess water from running out into the stormwater. If the natural slopes don't lend itself to that, you can see the solid red lines are the 3 concrete panels that make up those parking spaces. If we rip out the center one and re-pour it with the appropriate slope, it will all slope right to that sanitary line, and we'll have no, sanitary waste flowing out into stormwater. We'll probably get a little bit of stormwater in the sanitary, but that, it happens with toilets or any sanitary line gets some water in it. So I don't think we're too concerned about that, but we were out there today with a plumber talking through options. I think it's very doable, and we recognize the concerns of the businesses around it, and they're valid, and we're willing to work, to assuage their concerns.
So I think the other issue the business owners seemed like they had was was definitely the drainage, and that's rinsed off. The other was the nuisance of the noise. I think a site-proof fence would be mandatory if even for me to consider this.
Yes.
My other concern is just the idea that this is where customers are entering for other people, and even in the picture you provided, there's a doghouse sitting outside right now in this picture. So that concerns me. If I owned the business next door, I wouldn't want a doghouse sitting outside, and especially because I know that right now you're taking them out on leashes, so there shouldn't be any really unsupervised dogs. So I'm kind of concerned about those things.
The doghouse will be moved immediately. It was out there. It was inside, and I moved it outside and left it there, and it was just there for the picture. But I will move it. The fence will pretty much block off that entire yard area from the sight of the customers that are coming in through Diamond Delight, with it being site-proof. It'll be a 6-foot white, residential grade steel fence, so it's made to be like in a residential setting, so it's not gonna be super industrial looking. But it would block all of that from view, so they wouldn't be able to see any of it. And the dogs really they're never outside unsupervised right now, obviously, but even when we have this, they wouldn't be outside unsupervised. We just wanna have a place to take them outside, to be able to let them off their leashes and run around and play a little bit. We have a big indoor area, which is great, but we have dogs that are boarding with us sometimes for, a week or 2 weeks at a time, sometimes more. And a lot of those dogs, we need a safe place to be able to take them outside to go to the bathroom and to get exercise. And with us being on such a busy street, and we're gonna have all the construction from the train and all of that, it's just, working with animals, they're unpredictable. It's for the safety of our dogs, because anything can happen when we go out on leashes. To us, to the dogs, they get scared. Just things happen. And so this is really necessary for me to continue operating how I am right now. I've got to have this so that I can let the dogs outside to go to the bathroom, to play, to run around, and not be on a leash. So.
Anybody else? Elizabeth, what's your thoughts? I know, I put you on the spot. Is this something we should have our city engineer look at this to see if it's going to drain properly?
I do think that having Veolia go out to look at the sanitary sewer would be beneficial. I actually think that he might have already been out there. I do know that our stormwater inspector spoke with Ms. Tapscott about the washing of the dogs, and it's just a public education process.
That has been worked out, you think?
Yes, I think that has worked out. I really think that I do think that outdoor dog runs can be compatible in a commercial setting. We've learned some lessons over the years about what works and what doesn't, and I think that having the site-proof fencing is of utmost importance. And I think that having the sanitary sewer hookups for the waste is also very important. I think that in viewing this application and even whenever the other business owners were present at the Planning Commission, this was discussed at length, and they seemed to be comfortable, the majority of them, with this solution. I think that she's made a lot of compromises in condensing down her request to try to reserve that easement for the future use and try to make this more palatable to her neighbors. And I think that she's done a good job in trying to address all of their concerns.
And Elizabeth, when you talk about reserving the easement, we're talking about if we need to divert traffic at some point because of the 4th Street underpass. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't think that we would ever
Okay.
do that. I think that this is an easement that was put in place some years ago because you had, at the time, 3 or 4 very skinny lots all together, and they needed cross-access to access it. And I think at some point it was actually developed, or the idea was developed, that it would be kind of like a condo-type situation for commercial businesses, that they would share party walls. I think that that idea has kind of probably been done away with Terry Kavner's newer building that he built. I don't
But
really.
there's still the potential that
There's-
there could be another building in that empty lot.
Correct, and they would need
there's
access
supposed
to their rear.
be
Yeah.
limited curb cuts, and so there's access all the way around that unit, all 4 of those potential units there,
Right.
so.
So as it is, the person who owns Diamond Delight is the owner of Diamond Delight. You're leasing this building, is that correct? Yes. Okay.
The only issue that I see is, having listened to everybody, it's kind of a big, I tried to think if I had had a business here for a while prior to your business coming in and then wanting to make the addition of an outdoor dog run, that would be something that I wouldn't have thought was going to happen. I mean, if I moved in after the fact, well, I know, and I'm still making the decision to move there. And I look at the location of the parking lot, maybe if I don't know if it's possible if there was another place, but it's, you're sharing the same parking lot, there's a close entrance by the businesses, and so just for me personally, I just don't, and I definitely take into consideration what Elizabeth and what our planning commission has recommended, but I just don't see it as the dog run as being a good fit for these businesses that have been here and already established.
Who owns the building?
The building that I'm in? Mike Malone is my property manager. The guy, his name's Wendell. I cannot think of his last name off the top of my head. We've been talking with them. They're on board with the changes that we want to make. Everything that we're proposing doing, even the pouring of the new concrete with the new slopes, would be removable in the future, and it could go back to being a normal parking lot. The
But
fences.
he's okay with it? He
Yes.
signed up on this? Okay.
Yes.
That's what I want to know. Does he own the Diamond Delight building? Or?
No,
No.
they're separate owners.
Okay. Well, they're attached, so I didn't know.
No,
Yeah.
the owner of Diamond Delight is actually Diamond Delight, that company. He owns it.
So my intent here is not to drag this out, but would you be opposed if we didn't vote for approval tonight to give you the opportunity to pull your plans together completely so that you understand what the cost is going to be to you? And we're sure that the sewer lines are where we think they are and all that kind of stuff. So I came in feeling much like Mark did tonight. I'm just being as honest with you as I can. It doesn't feel like it fits to me. But part of our process is to try to promote business, try to allow our businesses to grow holistically, and you're trying to do that. And you're making every effort to try to come up with a solution for all the problems that have been defined. And so I'm willing to change my mind if I can feel certain that you've got a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
we think there's a sewer line there, and I know we can re-pour concrete and slope everything, but I want you to understand what that's gonna cost you
Yeah.
completely before you make that commitment too, because you're in a leased space, you're
Yeah.
never gonna get this money back. So, I would be more comfortable to let her have the opportunity to make sure this plan can be fully brought to fruition and then vote it at our next meeting.
And so you want to make a table motion?
Well,
I just want to see what everybody's reaction
whose ward
is.
is this?
This is my word and Adam's word.
Okay, what are y'all?
I will tell you, I don't feel comfortable with it. The fact that you weren't here last time I thought was very disappointing, especially because that's when your business owners were notified that you were going to be here. So as tabling, it was a courtesy. I wish you would have called somebody, especially because you knew it was going to be on there. The fact that there are pictures of you washing a dog makes me wonder how many times it's actually happened if somebody caught it. And then the fact that the pictures you provided us have dog houses outside and a public entrance in the building, I would make a motion to deny this tonight. That's what I would do. That's what I feel most comfortable doing because of all of those reasons. If it came back and you had more information and you actually had an idea of exactly all the things that Louis said, I think that would be different, but I think it should go before the planning commission again, and I think the business owners around should be notified again and that type of thing. Those are my thoughts.
Elizabeth,
I'd be open.
would it go in front of the planning commission again?
If we denied it,
If you denied it and she came
Okay.
back, yes, it
Okay.
would start the process all over.
Start it over again.
Adam, do you have any thoughts at all?
My thoughts are kind of with Louis. I would want more of a solid plan and just see and make sure we have information from Veolia when they go out there and look at
I'd like
this.
to hear the business owners besides you say that they like your plan, that they would be
I would like
agreeable to that. Because that's the primary people that I'm concerned with right now. I've been out there 3 times and I've sat, and my thoughts are, if I owned Diamond Delight, how would I feel about this?
Yeah.
And I haven't had any warm fuzzies, all right? I'm just being as honest with you as I can be. And so I would like to see you have a firm plan and give Diamond Delight the opportunity to come and speak to us again as to how they feel about it. And then I might change my mind.
as well as when we heard Jenny Freeman speak, I believe she owns the lot right next door. And my understanding is right now that's where the dogs are being let out on leashes, and she actually didn't have a problem with that. She had more of a problem with the permanent structure of the fence and that type of thing. So yes, I would like the other business owners to be on board with it, and the fact that they're not here, I think is it doesn't give me warm fuzzy.
They were here, for the
They were
previous
here
council
too,
meeting. They did show up and so I'm kind of with Louis, if we were going to consider, my instinct now is a kind of a no for the area, but to Louis' point, if you come back with a more solid plan right now, it seems like these are more hypotheticals and you don't have the solid cost amount. So we would need to know exactly where you're wanting to put the drain,
Yeah.
where it's going to go, and then invite Diamond Delight and others.
Well, and you
around
can even
to
go
go.
have conversations with them prior to even
Right.
bringing it back to see if they're agreeable
Yeah,
to what the
and
plan is.
we spoke with them some last week and explained some of our plans, and we were out there earlier today with the plumber, and it took me a while to get somebody out to talk to me about it, and he was telling me we need to contact, a civil engineer would probably be the best to really tell us exactly how we need to do it, and, a city locator to tell us where the lines are exactly, and the plumber was saying that, based off of where the bathrooms are and the cleanouts are, he thinks that this is where it goes, and, just based off his opinion, but, yeah, there's a lot more answers that we need to those questions, and we can find all of those and talk to the surrounding business owners.
Because we're in favor of you. We want you to succeed as a business here, but we want everybody else to succeed and be happy
Yeah.
in doing it, so.
And I would second the motion that Danielle had made, and if that passes, then I would start over.
So we have a motion and a second to deny. Any other comments? Would you call for the vote, please? The motion is to deny.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
No, not gonna bring it back on the agenda. Okay. The item is denied at this point. Thank you. Item number 4 is consider approval of library services, facilities, and maintenance agreement with the Pioneer Library System for fiscal year 2019-2020.
Mayor and council, this is just the same agreement that we've had with the Pioneer Library System for a number of years. No changes to the agreement. They'll continue to provide the services they do, and we'll do the same things that we've done for a number of years. Recommend approval.
Any idea what the cost is on this?
Well, I mean, in our budget that was recently approved, we've committed $20,000 for capital improvements, which has been the standard since I've been here.
Okay, and nothing other than that?
Excuse me?
Nothing other than that? The 20,000, just the standard?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes. Item carries. Item number 5 is consider approval of a budget supplement for FY 2019-2020 in the amount of, excuse me, $175,000, excuse me, for transportation impact fees for resurfacing of South Sunny Lane Road.
Mayor and council, during the budget preparation, we understood that this project would cover a 2-year period, and we now understand that Cleveland County will be able to do this project all in fiscal year 20. And so while we have funding available, we don't have the budget in place, and so we're asking for this budget amendment to budget those expenditures this year.
And I would like to say thank you very much to Cleveland County Commissioners for approving this. This needs it so bad. This has got to be the worst road in town.
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion, excuse me, a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Excuse me. Item number 6 is consider approval of a budget supplemental for FY 2018-2019 to budget receipt of additional revenue and related expenses.
Mayor and council, we are requesting approval to budget additional funding that's related to the design work on the animal shelter, some 911 expenses, and park expenses using the neighborhood park development fees. We're also requesting approval to budget increased revenue in the park department to cover increased park expenses related to the station, and to budget increased use tax for mainly overtime and sick leave buyback expenses. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer those.
Make a motion, we approve.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 7 is consider authorizing the purchase of 2020 Ford F1 trucks off the state contract in the amount of $65,000 using public safety sales tax funds. This is from the fire department.
Mayor and council, and again, this is consideration for the purchase of 2020 Ford F-150s off the state contract for $65,800. This is 2019 pricing on these vehicles, and these are budgeted funds out of the public safety sales tax.
Man, you're already spending money.
So are you retiring the 2 vehicles? Or
No,
just
these
2
are additional. We added a new position in the fire marshal's division. We don't have an extra vehicle for that person. The other one will be outfitted for the on-call investigator to carry all their equipment and personal protective gear, fans, lights, all that stuff.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, thank you. Thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we will recess the city council meeting and convene a public hearing. Item 8, discuss and consider resolution number 92919, adopting the 2019-2020 annual action plan for the Community Development Block Grant Program and budget the October 2019 through September 2020 program, and authorize the mayor to submit the plan to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. This is from the Capital Planning and Resiliency Hub.
Mayor and council, the city has been awarded $321,959 for its annual CDBG entitlement allocation. Administration is recommended to be funded at $64,391. It's recommended Metropolitan Fair Housing be awarded $5,500 out of that administration fund to manage all fair housing complaints and education for the city for the 2019 program year. Public Services is recommended to be funded at $48,293. It's recommended that Aging Services to be funded at $20,000 for its Meals on Wheels program. Bethesda to be funded at $9,793, and More Youth and Family to be funded at $16,000 for their youth counseling services, and the Community Action Agency to be funded at $2,500 for their rent and utility assistance. The recommended infrastructure project will be the North Janeway sewer line replacement. This project will consist of the replacement of 1,280 linear feet of 15-inch sewer line, with replacing that with a 16-inch line along Janeway in between Northwest 12th and Northwest 8th Street. 1,100 linear feet of sewer line will also be replaced along Gale from Northwest 12th to Northwest 8th Street. Together, both of these lines will cost approximately $425,000. It's recommended that these sewer line replacements to be funded over the next 2 CDBG program years. So $209,275 will be funded in 2019, and the remaining $215,725 will be funded in the 2020 CDBG program year. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Now, I've heard of Meals on Wheels, but I didn't know who the other two are, the first two. Who are they we're giving?
Aging Services for the Meals on Wheels, Bethesda. They do counseling for sexually abused children.
Okay.
And More Youth and Family, they run 2 different youth counseling services, one in the schools.
We
Yeah.
support all of these
Right.
for you.
Yeah, I didn't know what you said,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
People or residents from Moore
Yeah.
that serve, the Bethesda services the whole
Yeah, that's a good
area,
program.
but they
Yeah.
can designate those funds for victims from our community.
Correct.
Excellent.
I make a motion that we approve.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Do we have a motion and a second? Any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we'll recess the public hearing and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item number 9 is the consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Public Works Authority meeting held July 1st, 2019. Item B is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2018-2019 in the amount of $884,041.09, and approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2019-2020 in the amount of $93,605.29. And this is a consent docket.
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 10 is the sister item to the city account. Is consider approval of the budget supplement for FY 2018-2019 to budget receipt of additional revenue and related expenses.
Mayor and council, we're requesting approval to budget additional revenue received from the sewer surcharge fee to cover the related debt service payments on the new lift station, and also to budget increased revenue received from effluent water for increased expenses in MPW.
I noticed we got the bill like 4 days after we approved that loan for the first month's installment. That was crazy. Okay,
Motion to approve.
thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Anybody else want to speak on this? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we will recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and convene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Lee, I believe that's you. Oh, Moore Risk Management, I'm sorry. You're the next one. Okay, yeah. No, there you are. Sorry about that. Item 11 is the consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Risk Management meeting held July 1st, 2019. Item B is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2018-2019 in the amount of $183,835.26.
Motion to approve.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. It is a consent docket. Would you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham,
Yes?
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes. At this time, we will recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and convene the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting.
Vanessa, would you call the roll, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Here.
Jason Blair,
Here.
Melissa Hunt,
Here.
Glenn Lewis.
Here.
Adam Webb,
Here.
Mark Ham,
Here.
Louis Williams.
Here. Item 13 is consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting held June 17th, 2019.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. That's consent docket. Item, would you call the roll, please?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes. Item passes. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting and reconvene the city council meeting.
All right, thank you. Let the record reflect that all the members that were present before are still present. Item number 14 is new business. Item A is citizens forum for items not on the agenda. We don't have anyone signed up at this time. Would anyone like to speak? Okay. Item B is items for the city council and trustees.
I just have a couple of thoughts. The public meeting for the Broadmoor Golf Course to hear the proposed rezoning is, I'm going to really just drag this out so Elizabeth knows fast enough, Thursday night at 6:30 at the station. Okay, so it's the 18th.
It's here.
Oh, it's here, okay,
It's
in the
here, okay.
council chambers, council chambers. And I think it's a really great opportunity for the citizens to hear what the developer's proposing. Hopefully they come with alternative ideas. If they have them, then maybe it's considered, but I plan on being there, so if anybody would like to join the fun. And then the other thing, I'm going to, I'm announcing this to everyone, just so everyone knows. I'm going to be at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base for training all of August, so I will miss both council meetings because I'm here. So if you need me, you're welcome to text me or email me. That's all I have.
Okay.
Just a quick, Eastern and I think it's Moore High School Road, that intersection right there, in front of Moore High School, there's a stoplight, and it's just been signaling through, meaning it stops traffic when there's no traffic coming from Moore High School out onto Eastern.
Yeah.
If we could look at that. Was it?
The other day it stopped me and I said, what?
Yeah.
But I thought it was just a fluke. It was just me, yeah.
It was.
Okay.
That was the only comment I had.
Okay. Anybody else?
Brooks, we've gotten a few more calls on grass. Are we pretty much caught up at this point, or?
We're getting close.
No? Okay.
Getting close.
Oh, and it's hot, Brooks, it's hot outside. You can fix that.
I'll do my best.
There's a pool you can get in.
Yeah. Okay. Item C, any items from the city manager?
Mayor and Council, just one. July 4th had a great event out at Buck Thomas Park, a really good fireworks show. Congratulations to the park staff and police and fire for all their involvement in it for a successful event.
And it was hot that day too.
Yeah, it was hot then too, no doubt. Okay. Item 15 is adjournment.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. Would you call for the vote? There is no discussion.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, we are adjourned. Thank you for coming.
I have an event on Thursday night, so I can't.
I just want